Hi, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Talk. Our guest for today is Marilyn Ordoñez. She is a CEFAM counselor. For those who do not know what CEFAM is, pag-uusapan natin yan later. So she is a CEFAM counselor and a very active member at Saint Martin de Porres Parish, the community, the church. Okay? Very active member there. And she facilitates recollection, retreats, and other formation programs. So let's welcome Tita Marilyn. Hi, Tita. How are you?
Hello! Oh, tita talaga. O, sige. Sige na nga, tita. Okay.
Weird kasi kung biglang mag-first name basis ako.
Oo.
How are you? Kamusta?
I'm good. I'm good. Very good.
Yes, and you recently started, di ba, as a CEFAM counselor.
Yeah, I started last November 3. Wow, talagang minemorize pa yung date. We were officially announced as counselors last November 3. And siguro a week after that, we already had our counselees up to now. So talagang, and it's the peak season of CEFAM, would you believe? May peak season rin pala yung counseling. Ano?
Wow, ganun pala yun.
Yeah.
Pero, how is it? How do you enjoy it? Yung parang, kasi di ba, how were you called to serve in Family Ministries? Ito ba yung parang platform wherein you were called? Were you really aware that you already had the gift in counseling? So how did it all come about?
Well, it started with when me and my husband were actually appointed by our parish priest, Father Riddell, that time, to be head of the Commission on the Family. And I did not know, sabi ko, how will we serve if we don't even know how to go about it? So I heard of CEFAM. They were offering workshops with on family ministries, counseling. I thought it would be useful to study, to have the workshop. And then, surprisingly, sabi ko nga, the problem there, because I was a housewife that time. I didn't have work. And my son, my eldest son, who was working already as a lecturer in LaSalle, offered to sponsor my tuition. So I said, wow, maybe it's divine intervention that, the Lord wanted me to be equipped or empowered. So I took the workshops, the summer workshops in CEFAM, and then it was such a very fulfilling experience that made me want more. So next summer, I took again another summer workshop. These are compressed, parang 2-week workshops. And sabi ko, problema na naman ang tuition. And I tried asking our parish to sponsor. Sabi ko na rin, it's going to be a sign. And lo and behold, our parish priest agreed on paying my summer tuition for CEFAM with the agreement, the promise that whatever I will learn, I will cascade it to the parishioners in our formation. So sabi ko, wow, okay. And then sabi ko, after the 2 workshops, parang kulang pa rin. So I decided on, kasi iba yung CEFAM it really empowers you and at the same time helps you as a person. So my personal issues were somehow addressed. So I wanted more. That's the time I decided to take the professional diploma course in Family Ministries. That's where I met you. Mm-mm. Right?
Yeah.
So, but instead of taking it for 1 year, because it's supposed to be a 1-year course, I took it for 2 years because I only took more or less per semester 2 subjects because I was worried. I was worried if my brain cells can handle the demands of the course. Sabi ko, it's been a long time since I last went to school, and imagine, parang sabi ko baka nangangalawang na yung brain cells ko. So I took my time, and true enough, it was more applicable for me because I was able to savor the subjects. Ayun. So,
could you give a short intro of what CEFAM is all about? Kasi not everyone is familiar with it.
CEFAM is called the Center for Family Ministries. It was founded by Father Ruben Tanseco. And actually, he was the very first in the Philippines. He's a Jesuit. And he was so passionate about taking care of relationship among couples. That's why they had this Magis Deo, wherein it handles the couples formation, and they have pre-K na, and K na seminars for people, for couples who are contemplating on getting married. And at the same time, they also have this courses, workshops on family ministries. So it's located in Ateneo, and it's very near the LST. So napaka-holy nung surroundings mo. Kasama mo yung mga seminarista. O yan. Kaya parang feeling natin, di ba, Brendy, bait-bait natin. Tayo lang yung hindi mabait. So, it was very nice because finally, there are courses wherein it really addresses the problems faced by families. And at the same time, one thing beautiful with CEFAM, before you are empowered as a helper, they help you also with your personal issues. So there was a lot of healing that happened. Ako rin, from issues about my family life before, my present issues, ganyan. So parang I owe it to CEFAM that siguro growth, even at my age, I considered myself still growing, becoming a better person each day. Na parang alam mo yon, yung feeling na you owe them a lot, that you want to share whatever you have to continue the blessing to others. So I decided to, after I graduated the professional diploma course in Family Ministries last May 2019, I took the apprenticeship course for counseling. That's 1 year, which we finally finished last semester. And now I applied for, kasi di ba, ang siguro pinaka dream ng mga estudyante ng CEFAM would be to become a counselor. And my dream was answered, fulfilled. So I think this is where the Lord is leading me.
Yes. Actually, it's beautiful to hear your journey in CEFAM. Kasi, you started with the summer classes, and it was at para feeling mo may kulang. That's why you joined the diploma program. And that you're telling your journey sa CEFAM and how it, how it changed you, how it improved you. I feel that a lot of people would be inspired as well, and they would also find out what CEFAM is all about ba sa mga hindi nakakaalam. Pero tama yung sinabi mo kasi ako, I'm a person who loves retreats. So a lot of the retreats and recollections that I attend is somehow connected to CEFAM or sa Center for Ignatian Spirituality. And tama si Tita Marilyn, it's a beautiful experience. So
yes,
in your case, ano yung mga how were you able to integrate it into your life as a wife, as a mom, as a daughter, as a sister, or even as a member in your community sa church? How was it able to integrate into your life, and how do you feel the miracle showed itself in your life?
my experience in CEFAM is actually a faith experience, because I could always feel the hand of the Lord leading me and touching my life. So it makes it very memorable. It makes me a better person. It allowed me to, as what I said earlier, become a better person by, di ba, in CEFAM, they always emphasize empathy. So I think that that word, or that skill that they would always teach us, empathy, be empathetic to others. That in itself is a blessing if we learn it. It's a blessing that we can give to others, that somehow we become an instrument of blessing to others by, kasi yun ang gusto ni Lord, di ba? We become instruments, parang us embracing others, making His presence felt in others. Is most especially like me and my husband, wherein we are, coordinators for the commission and the family in the parish. I think the family is very important, being the domestic church, no? So in CEFAM, it allowed me to be empowered with the necessary skills to be able to understand the existing problems of the society, of families. So parang it's very practical. It's parang it's such a blessing that you learn about life and how to live it. Ideally live it, being there for others by being a helper to others. Ayun. So it's it's a fruitful experience. And I guess since I started, kasi it's very difficult to start, I stopped my corporate life, and I guess this is what the Lord wants me to do right now. Keep my hands busy, helping others, especially it's online counseling, no? You'll be surprised, it's very difficult, no, with the challenges in terms of connection, internet, and everything. But meron pa rin there's still a way to help others. So I guess this is now my mission, which CEFAM, I'm working with CEFAM with, because we also have other projects like parenting seminars, parenting workshops, wherein we have talks that will be helpful to families, most especially the parents, especially nowadays, in generation gap pala, totoo pala yun. So, ayan, ang ganda kasi it is made available. All they have to do is just avail of these gifts. Ayan.
I love what you're doing because you're helping other people, and then at the same time you're also teaching your community members what you know. So parang hindi nag-e-end sa'yo yung knowledge and the practical application. You also make sure that he can also apply it. So how is the Commission on Family, yung ministry nyo? Meron na ba kayong mga pastoral counselors doon, or how does it work ba being the head of sa Commission on Family?
Well, as of now, our hands are tied because the church is having a hard time kasi because of the pandemic, no. But I'm offering an online, actually even before the pandemic, we made it available, this counseling, no. We call it SMDP's Family Help Desk, wherein you are like, if there is something that's bothering you, you can set an appointment in the parish office to avail of one-on-one, face-to-face counseling. But kasi in the parish, it's difficult. Ayaw nila yung they'd rather go to the priests kasi parang feeling nila confession. Di ba? Yung matagal. Pero iba yun Hindi, kasi here in the Philippines, parang iba, hindi pa masyado aware yung mga tao about of counseling. So, tsaka takot sila na pagkakilala, baka i-chismis kung ano yung kukwento nila, parang ganyan. So you have to explain to them that there's this certain vow of confidentiality each time we talk. So siguro we'll have to promote it in such a way that people will be more confident in availing of this service. I know in other parishes they're already starting it yung online, no? Especially this pandemic, because a lot of people are really in need of siguro may mga mental na sila problems, no? When you hear mental problem, baka akala naman nila grabe na, no? But actually it's that everybody is anxious because this is not the normal. We're encountering a lot of challenges like uncertainty, fear, yan. So and they don't know how to handle it at times. Parang nade-depress na pala sila or na-anxious na sila, hindi pa nila alam. So, all they have to do is really just ask for help. And siguro, for the parishioners to be informed by the different commission heads or the church that certain services can be available. Mm-hmm. Siguro, pa lang tayo, starting pa lang.
Actually, I have to admit, I didn't realize that even the church is active in offering pastoral counseling. Kasi a few years back when I needed help, parang hindi naman lahat ng church equipped to do so. And I also noticed that not all priests are also equipped to do
yes.
They're more of spiritual direction, pero hindi siya into counseling. Could you explain na lang what's the difference between spiritual direction and pastoral counseling?
Actually, pastoral counseling, it's, you encourage the person to have a spirituality. First of all, kasi ngayon very sensitive yan because more often than not, even if the young people would come from exclusive Catholic schools, parang a lot of them would not be too, I don't know what term to use. They would not, parang hindi rin sila ganon ka faithful in terms of prayers, no? And our society now, they're very conscious about parang, diba, freedom. Parang ganyan. So, even, you cannot force it to them. Even if you are in a Catholic school na ang pangalan ng school mo pangalan ng santo, religion, it's not anymore parang it does not follow or it does not assure you that the students there are following the what's expected, no? So sa pastoral counseling, I think we focus more on the listening and being there for the person and giving hope. And if the counseling would allow us to give them spiritual encouragement, yung kasi yung iba may mga tampo, ayaw nilang ma-mention ang God, di ba? We respect that.
Yeah.
Tsaka kung ayaw nila magdasal, kasi usually pag may problema, di ba, nagtatampo kay Lord yan. Mm-hmm. So we honor that. We can show our compassion and siguro yung heart by being with them at the present moment. I think that's what they need. Just knowing that somebody is there to listen to whatever they have to say without judgment and making them feel that they are understood. They are without, yung unconditional positive regard. You don't give any judgment or parang accept. There's unconditional acceptance. It's what people need nowadays. Just a shoulder to cry on or just a listening ear. I guess that's what's important. Yun yung sa pastoral. So, sa counseling actually, we don't give advice. Ayun, it's very important. Akala ko kasi noon, we counselors would solve your problems, but actually, yun nga, first and foremost, we don't solve your problems. We journey with you, be with you in your pain and listen. But we only help you come up with decisions that you are to make for yourself. Ayun. I always emphasize that.
I love what you said na yung unconditional positive regard wherein you don't make judgments. So even if CEFAM is founded and inside the Loyola School of Theology at Ateneo, they won't judge you if you don't like to talk about God.
Yeah.
Walang judgment yan. And
wala.
So ibig sabihin open to all religion or
yes.
any kind of faith.
Yeah, we respect yun ang ganda doon kasi we respect you. Whatever your beliefs, we don't impose yon. There's unconditional acceptance for the person. And siguro kung what we can give you as of the moment, like if you need somebody to listen to you, share your, yung listening with a discerning heart. And so I guess that's what's important. It's already a gift that, they can consider.
So this is also open to atheists and agnostics.
Yes. Actually, we asked them, would you like, it doesn't necessarily, like, di ba, iba, minsan, would you like to pray? Ngayon nga, hindi na, kasi baka maano sila, di ba? Minsan, naiilang sila. So, but if they want to, of course, we can, better, di ba? But if they don't want, we always ask permission. We always consider what they want and respect. We don't impose anything. Siguro that's very important.
Yes, kasi ako coming from a traditional Catholic school wherein every time magsa-start ang class, yung talagang magdadasal. And then by the end of the class, dasal ulit. Pagdating ng another advisor, gano'n ulit, dasal. So, with in CEFAM, the sessions doesn't necessarily have to begin and end with a prayer. To respect the faith and yung belief ng person. So that's beautiful. I love that. I didn't realize kasi siguro ako when I go to counseling, na-assume, alam na nila na Catholic ako, so okay na mag-pray. But it's I love that you still ask permission before doing the usual rituals in Christianity.
Actually, we always ask. That's one thing I learned, no? Whatever it is, like, would it be okay? Parang palaging ganyan. Yung parang very, it somehow changed me. Kasi before, on my own, nung hindi pa ako nag-aaral siguro, or hindi pa ako sa CEFAM ways, no?
So talagang mas static ka na ngayon.
Ngayon parang, I always have to be careful. Would it be okay? Parang ganyan. Or, okay with you. Parang ganyan. Hindi yung I would insist on what I want or I would expect ganyan. Kasi noon ganyan ako eh. So sabi ko, oy, mabait na pala. I don't know what's this, mabait. Pero yun, siguro yun, that's one thing I appreciate with my training in CEFAM. It really made me a better person. It's still making me a better person. And I look up to all the counselors there, the people there. So sabi ko nga, my sanctuary. Yun ang description ko eh. So the people there are very inspiring aside from being all so sabi ko beautiful people eh. Kaya nga tumagal ako ng 5 years doon, remember? Tapos nag-apply pa ako. So sabi ko, that's the greatest gift God can give me because I'm in a place wherein talagang parang dream ko. It's an answered prayer. Fan na fan eh, di ba?
Oo. Hindi, pero
naririnig kaya nila yan?
I could feel the passion and the heart when you talk about CEFAM and your journey and your experience there. And kanina may mention ka yung family, which is the domestic church talaga, lalo na sa Pilipinas. Can you tell us more about the families right now here in, at least kahit Metro Manila, kung hindi Pilipinas, so di ba? Could you give us,
would you believe during this pandemic has triggered a lot of problems in the families. So surprisingly, with my experience in terms of yung the cases that I'm now handling, it's surprising to note that because of the pandemic, a lot of problems have occurred yung relationships ng family members. Kasi we have been informed that domestic violence has increased during this pandemic. Siguro kasi we are forced to stay in the house, diba? In the home. So hindi tayo pwedeng lumabas. Unlike before, like kung merong relationship problems, we can always have the option of not going home right away. We just go home to sleep and dress up and then leave again. No? Unlike now, whether you like it or not, you have to stay together. So lahat ng mga problema, relationship problems among family members are now highlighted because I have no choice but to be with this person. So, yun ang sad, no? But, you can also look at this way. The pandemic also somehow strengthened family ties, if whatever. It really depends on the family members, if we can use it positively or negative. Being part of the commission in the family, we try our best to have talks that would somehow empower the parents. So, kasi the parents talaga, ang laki ng responsibility to keep the family together. So, sa akin, it's something that I will not let go because me and my husband has been with the commission and the family, I think for more than 10 years already.
Oh, I didn't realize.
So, and hindi namin iiwan yon hanggang kaya namin, no? Kasi it's very important eh. Like we teach, ang daming pwedeng ituro sa family members. Not only the parents, but the children, the young people. Maraming pwedeng ituro na values formation for all ages, for the family members. So, and who will do it? So I just hope the Lord will send more servants to continue the mission.
Actually, ang napansin ko rin with the pandemic is that it's not all negative, the experience. There's always a silver lining and sometimes blessing in disguise that they realize towards the end. Diba? It's, better late than never. So there's always that. There's always hope. So I'm happy to hear that the church and even CEFAM is continuing its work in helping families. Kasi, ang hirap talaga, lalo na pag magulang. Tapos, ang dami rin dynamics sa isang pamilya. And, could you, kasi na-mention ko na rin naman dynamics. Could you, siguro explain what are the dynamics ba within a family that affects yung relationships?
Well, kasi ngayon, I think one of the biggest problems is when both parents are busy working. So, children are left on their own, or ang problem is quality time with each member of the family. So, parang minsan, the priority different na eh. It's to earn money eh. To be able to supply or provide for the basic necessities that we, parents would overlook the needs of the children. Like, for example, yung, kasi pagod na rin, hindi mo na masisisi, di ba? Especially yung mga OFWs wherein, yan, napakalaking challenge for families if a member of the family has to go abroad and leave their children with extended families like lolo and lolas. So, nagkakaroon ng somehow may effect sa mga bata. And, people would think that when children are teenagers, malaki na naman yan eh. So I have my children have a, they have a life, they're starting to have a life of their own. So we can, give them the freedom that they need. But actually what they don't know, it's during adolescence, the teenage years wherein it's very sensitive stage wherein these young people would really need guidance. Kasi parang it's a tug of war between I want my independence at the same time parang show me that you trust me, mga drama, di ba, sa parents, ng mga bagets. Oh, you don't trust me, mommy. Or kasi di ba meron mga helicopter moms or helicopter parents dyan at super strict. Iba rin naman yun. Iba rin yung effect nun. So, di ba wala naman kasing school talaga for parenting. It's a hit and miss. But the church is trying to provide all the necessary siguro talks or values formation that would help to empower the parents how to take care of future problems, or I don't know, just to make them understand their children, how to handle them. Hit and miss. Kasi iba-iba rin naman eh. Like, wala naman siyang talagang formula, specific formula. Each family is different. So, talagang, I think that's where your spirituality comes in, your faith. Kailangan talaga meron kang prayers. Diba?
Yeah. Yung sa in your experience, how would you describe a family that's, that has a healthy relationship? Yung masaya lang, ganyan, and wala masyadong drama, or kahit na meron drama, naayos nila. Ano yung meron sa kanila? Ano yung X factor na yon sa family na yon that makes it, just thriving? Parang ganun.
Alam mo, siguro from experience na rin, from the cases that I've handled, it always boils down to one thing na nagkakaroon ng problema, root of all problems sa families, and that's communication. It starts with a couple. I think all family members, between friends, between maski kanino, as long as you have a relationship with people, communications is very important eh. Parang pag medyo magkaroon ng problema doon ng communication, that's where the problem begins. Ano ba yung naghihinder sa communication? Ayan, pagpapasok na yung pride, even if you're sorry, if you feel na mali ka, tapos, my pride tells me I shouldn't apologize. At magtatampo na yung isa, di ba? Parang ganun. What if there's the common problems like jealousy, envy. Pag pumasok na yan, it will affect na the relationship. So, but if you communicate, that's what I tell my people who are having problems with that. Sabi ko, I think the only thing that you have to remember is try to be open and try to be accepting of the truth even if it hurts. So talaga, it's really a decision that you have to make, that you have to always exert extra effort to improve on or work on the relationship among family members. Pag communicate, hindi na kayo nag-usap. Kasi nga, like this busy world, di ba? Everybody's so busy with doing their own thing. Minsan they don't connect. They don't communicate. But if you're always communicating, if you're communicating openly, it's normal to have misunderstandings, but but if you express it truthfully, I guess that will solve it. no? You will be hurt, of course, pero you will be able to move forward and have it as a learning experience. Sa akin, yun ang importante between people. Even nga sa dog, di ba, Brendy? If you don't know how to communicate with your dog, if you don't show love or magkakaroon ng problema. So I guess it's communication, which is what people lack nowadays. Because they're so busy. They're always in a hurry. I don't know. This pandemic, I think, makes it one positive thing that this pandemic brings is people are now parang given the chance to take time out from the busy schedule. Diba? Iba, ang dami nang nagsasabi na they have so much time on their hands and they're starting to enjoy it. Oh. So, it's not all bad. Not all that bad.
Yes. And siguro it also feels good when you're able to help couples or families, settle their differences and reconcile in some way.
Yeah.
Ang sarap ng feeling naman.
Oo.
Pero that's truly naiintindihan ko kung saan nanggagaling yung sinabi mo na gift ito ni Lord sa'yo to do this kind of work. Kasi ang laki ng impact eh. And even with our society, everything starts within the family. So kung okay yung family mo, okay yung relationship mo sa family, most likely you'll be a good community member, a good citizen. So it plays a huge role. And your work is a reflection of that.
Sabi nga ng mga anak ko Mom, how come people try to avoid problems? Ako daw, yung sa counseling, I handle problems. Para naghahanap ako ng kasi for every case, for sure there's a problem, 'di ba? So instead of running away from problems, I look for problems. Pero it's really a faith experience kasi after each session, kasi I always start with a prayer, and there's this beautiful prayer that one of our teachers gave us yung sa counselor's prayer. Yung parang make me an instrument of your love for others. Tapos, because you really, like before you meet somebody, counseling, di mo naman alam you really don't know what to say, you don't know what to tell them. Would it, di ba? Parang nakikinig ka lang you're just open and ready to serve, to help, to listen. That's all. So, sabi nga nung isang mentor, kilala mo yon, di ko na sasabihin. The most important thing that you can give your counselee is a listening ear. Maski yun lang, be with her or be with the person yun sa pain niya. So, parang sa akin, it hit me kasi it also teaches me to be selfless. Parang I'm more concerned on the person in front of me and share myself or my time. Maski sa 1 hour na we're having, if I'm able to share myself with that person, I guess, it's a big achievement on my part. Yeah.
I know kasi yung work, well, ako na naman, I'm also in counseling. So our work is heavy.
Oo.
How do you do self-care? Kasi that's also
Tatawa ka You know what's my secret? I don't hug a tree. Di ba turo sa atin doon, hug a tree. Okay, you walk or di ba, exert yung happy hormones, exercise. Aside from that, you know what I do? I'm now hooked into K-drama. Ayun. So after my counseling, I would already shift my iPad to the Netflix K-drama. But it brings you kasi to a different world Tapos my kids and my husband would see me smiling, laughing, yan. Nakakaaliw talaga. So, tsaka it also helps me understand different stories, life stories. So, na-enjoy ko. Kasi alam mo yung K-drama, meron siyang always connected to the past. Ayun, parang yung present is always connected to a childhood. Tapos it explains yung, ayun, no? Inaano kita, yung nire-recruit kita.
Hindi, I used to love K-dramas as well. And one thing I love about it is yung parang puppy love again. Yung ganun feeling na kilig.
It's so clean. Parang it's so pure. Oo, it's so pure. Parang everything is, meron mga holding hands lang sa kanila. Parang alaking bagay na eh. Parang the romance is it's so pure na masyadong clean. It's clean fun. Tumatanda na nga ako, no?
Hindi, saka everything I love.
Naaliw na ako sa ganun.
Kahit meron silang drama, hindi yung sobrang drama na talagang todo iyak and halupay. Ano yung nagtatantrum ka na sa walang ganun na level. Yung
very subtle.
Hard pa rin when they cry or when they it's not really as heavy as the drama here in the Philippines. So maganda. It's still light. Still So that's your way to
yes!
Bumalik ulit ang sigla.
And siguro, syempre, prayer. Prayer, prayer. Yeah. And dami. You have to, self-care is very important. I talk to, after each counseling session or after
ayan, naputol na.
From each other.
Ako, nag-chopping na.
So, debriefing ba? Parang ganyan.
So, after every counseling
choppy na ba?
Kanina, nawala lang. So, after every counseling session, there's a debrief.
Oo.
Pero yung debrief na yun.
Siguro, it would help to, you talk about, like, I have a body, parang body counselor wherein we talk about ano bang gagawin natin dyan? Treatment, parang ganyan. What do you think about? Tapos we learn, like, my experience with this, although syempre, first and foremost, we don't talk about, the seal of confidentiality is very important. We don't talk about the details, no? We only talk about the case, but not who. We don't specify we keep the identity. We focus on the case, how it was related. Tapos siguro we'll share, what do you think would be applicable na CBT ba yan? Cognitive behavioral therapy ba?
Ayun, nawala again. Pero
yung pwede nga pala yun. Parang gano'n. Parang share lang. Share notes.
At least actually, we don't need to go into that. Pero it's a good practice to at least yung heaviness malabas mo, and you'd also get support from a body. So that's also part of self-care.
Yeah.
Let your doubts
talk about
yourself or your worries, diba? So ilalabas mo lang yon, and you'll also get the support from your partner. So that's also a good way to do self-care. Find your support system.
Yes, everybody needs somebody. Kailangan ng support system for everyone.
Yeah. So actually, I love this conversation kasi it really, kahit naman ako, I really love family ministry. Although, syempre, si Tita Marilyn kasi, mga couples, yung mga usual na kausap. Ako, kausap ko, mga singles. So, but even a single person that person is still part of a family.
Yes!
Diba? So, it's considered as family ministry. So, I love this conversation, and it's really about heart when we help out other people. And actually, I'm happy that Tita Marilyn is here kasi sabi ko, ang dami nitong counseling sessions. Parang tuloy-tuloy in a week. But I am thankful that you're here and you're giving time to talk about your journey and your experience as a counselor and an active member in the parish. So, ano rin, very important rin kasi yung work sa families. So, I salute you and I really appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much for sharing this. And for those who are interested to serve the family ministries, you could talk to your parish priest or
Yes, we need servants.
or any of the lay, any of the lay in the community. So, actually maraming ways. There are a lot of ways to serve, not just inside the church, ha? Not just in religious organizations. Maraming ways to serve. So, find your platform, find or use the resources that you have. So, Tita Marilyn, meron ka pa bang last words for our viewers and for those who are going to watch the replay?
Well, siguro lang, it's very important. Siguro I'd invite people to consider serving your local church, your community actually. Does not necessarily mean the church, no? Kasi yung iba pag sinabi nilang church, parang may stigma. Serve others, serve your community because we all need, especially nowadays, yung sabi nga nila, trying times. The world, there's still hope in this world if, in our hearts, we just, give an extra hand to somebody who needs our help. No, so siguro yon. That's my message. No help is too little. Whatever you can do for another person will be a blessing. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful message and a wonderful call. Lalo na sa mga tao na, alam mo yun, dinadala na sa'yo ng puso eh. So all you need to do is take action and actually serve. And kahit in small ways, those are big things. So don't ever belittle what you can do. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Tita Marilyn, for
Thank you
with us. And just remember that you're really favored and really blessed. So, live your purpose na, okay? and have that prosperous life, that happy life, that peaceful life that you truly deserve. So God bless everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Rentita.
Thank you.